Hi friends, I'm Dawn, a California travel enthusiast and blogger, and today I am thrilled to have you join me on the ultimate national park adventure organized by Visit Visalia and Visit Yosemite Madera County. California's Majestic Mountain Loop road trip is the perfect multi-day itinerary that takes visitors through Sequoia, Kings Canyon, and Yosemite National Parks, showcasing the best stops inside each park. Today is day 3 of 4, so join me as we explore Yosemite National Park and the lovely gateway community of Oakhurst, California. One of the most important factors when planning a successful national park road trip is selecting the right home base. And Oakhurst is the perfect southern gateway community for any Yosemite trip. Not only is it conveniently located near the park's southern entrance gate, but there are numerous great lodging options like the Best Western Plus Yosemite Gateway Inn, the Enel, a sleek boutique hotel, and the historic Sierra Sky Ranch I'm staying at today. Nestled at the foothills of the Sierra National Forest, this 150-year-old converted ranch boasts charming rooms, stunning grounds, and beautiful history, and it's located just 10 miles from Yosemite. When staying in Oakhurst, grab an early morning espresso drink, tea, or smoothie at Clash Coffee Boba Lemonade. Stop by Bee's Bakery for lunch, or enjoy a delicious dinner at the Southgate Brewing Company. And there are so many fun activities to enjoy in Oakhurst, like Yosemite axe throwing, Southgate Station's Angry Bear Mining Company, keep an eye out for Bigfoot here, and you will absolutely love horseback riding with Yosemite Trails Horseback Riding Adventures. They offer 1, 2, and 5-hour trail rides. For more local inspiration, visit YosemiteThisYear.com or stop by the Oakhurst Visitor Center for maps, Yosemite souvenirs, and helpful information about the park, the gateway communities, and California's Majestic Mountain Loop, which we're heading out on right now. The last few days, we saw the giant sequoias of Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Parks. But did you know Yosemite also has ancient sequoia groves? Stop number 1 today is the Mariposa Grove of giant sequoias, home to over 500 mature giant sequoias, including icons like the Grizzly Giant Tree behind me. The Grizzly Giant is estimated to be nearly 3,000 years old and 210 feet tall. It's famous for being one of the spots President Roosevelt and John Muir camped under on their 1903 trip. But you never know what visitors you might find here now. And along with the Grizzly Giant, there are several famous spots like the Fallen Monarch and the California Tunnel Tree that you can walk through. This was one of the very first areas of land set aside by the U.S. government for preservation, signed into law by President Lincoln in 1864. That act laid the groundwork for our entire national park system. So you're not just visiting a beautiful forest here, you're stepping into the birthplace of America's national park conservation movement. Stop number 2 today is the Yosemite History Center, a walkable collection of historic buildings, including a beautiful covered bridge. This area tells the story of Yosemite's earliest park rangers, settlers, and stagecoach travelers. This spot offers a fascinating look back in time. Nearly a dozen structures stand here, each representing a different chapter and time in Yosemite's history. The covered bridge was built in 1857 by Galen Clark, and it's been placed on the National Register of Historic Places. You can see several wagons dating back over a century ago. And buildings of interest include a small jailhouse constructed of rough granite blocks, the old Wells Fargo building, and the Ranger Patrol cabin built in 1915 to house rangers at Crane Flat. Stop number 3 takes us up Glacier Point Road to head out on a hike to Taft Point, which offers some of the most jaw-dropping views over Yosemite Valley with sheer cliff drops thousands of feet straight down. The trail to Taft Point is a wonderful hike at just over 2 miles round trip. And you make your way through the cloaked forest views before the cliff tops open up beautifully before you. Along the edges, you'll find incredible fissures cutting through the granite. These gaping holes drop down hundreds of feet. As you explore the views and the cliff tops, they are wide open and exposed, except for one tiny section with a small guardrail hanging on to the edge of the mountain cliff. It's a great spot to take in the vast views here. This is one of Yosemite's most exhilarating hikes, and with one of the most epic views in the entire park, stretching from El Capitan, Yosemite Falls, and beyond. Once you make it back to the Taft Point trailhead, you can get in your car and head to our next stop. But if you have the time, I recommend from this trailhead heading in the opposite direction to Sentinel Dome for more spectacular views. The hike to Sentinel Dome is a similar distance to the Taft Point Trail at just a little over 2 miles round trip, so this is a great optional add-on or an alternate if the Taft Point cliff edges make you nervous and you still get vast Yosemite views here before heading on to our next stop. Continuing up Glacier Point Road brings us to stop number 4 on today's journey. Washburn Point offers a very unique profile view of Half Dome, along with an unbeatable look at Nevada Fall, Vernal Fall, and the famous Mist Trail down below. This overlook was named in honor of the Washburn brothers, who ran the historic Wawona Hotel and built the road that made these views accessible to early park visitors. And the beautiful scenery here is often much less crowded than the nearby and more popular Glacier Point. Plus, you get an extra waterfall view of Illilouette Falls, along with a straight-on look at Nevada and Vernal Falls. Our 5th and final stop of the day is easily one of the most iconic views in all of Yosemite National Park. Welcome to Glacier Point, where you get a face-to-face view with Half Dome. Walk down to the outdoor amphitheater and fire pit area. Then take the short and scenic stroll along the path and keep an eye out for local Yosemite wildlife as you approach the popular and historic Geology Hut. Of course, the official Glacier Point overlook is truly magnificent, and if you can time your visit for golden hour, Glacier Point is unforgettable as the sun dips behind the western ridge. This is truly the perfect place to end your day inside Yosemite National Park. Thank you so much for joining me on day 3 of the Majestic Mountain Loop here in Yosemite National Park. Now stay tuned for day 4 of this epic itinerary, which takes us to 5 more incredible stops inside Yosemite National Park. And make sure to check out majesticmountainloop.com for more information on the spots we visited today, as well as yosemiteThisYear.com, where you'll find in-depth and valuable resources for planning your next adventure in Yosemite, Oakhurst, and the Southern Gateway communities. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe, and I hope you find adventure and encouragement wherever you go. Bye.